we got Yuanlin here with his Spellcaster Miss Valley deck. We're here at Regional. He's gonna go through it now.
Brooklyn Regionals. It takes forever. So you got a big bird. You gotta play. I'm playing in lockdown, so I gotta have the big bird and permanent gate. Smaller because it's also a target for transformation. It's a nice Vortex Trooper. Is a nice tech card. It's level 3. You can get it with Divine Wind, and you bounce. You can make instant level 3 exceeds. You can make Acid Golem when I need to run over anything that's below 3k, or Levier, which I constantly banish my Birdman. So with the Birdman, you have 3 Birdmans, and you use Birdman to overlay exceed, whatnot. So this is the key tech. It's called Genix Blast Fan. The thing about Genix Blast Fan is when it's special summon, it adds a Genix to your hand, so you add Birdman to your hand. So you can special summon this with Divine Wind. And the key part about Divine Wind is that it's also a wind, that you bounce this and get Divine Wind Search off the bat. Or I can special summon it using 2 summoner monks. The problem I have with this deck is just that it runs 42, and it's annoying. So you have 3 Miss Valley Falcons, that's a standard. You're forced to run 3 Hanzos, and then you gotta run the Hanzos with the transformations for these guys. You're most likely to go into these. Sometimes, depending on the situation, if I don't have more targets, I would go into these.
So why do you play only 2 transformations instead of 3?
Because if I draw into 3, it would be made like super inconsistent. If I draw into it and I have no Hanzo, I'm running 42, so it's already inconsistent.
Yeah.
So you have to have, this is the key card of the deck. You cannot get it out. I played a wind up earlier today. You have to negate, you had to literally go Shockmaster turn 1, call spells, and you gotta keep this from hitting the field. That's the bottom line. Close Forest, whatever you work. This is against basically like 50% of the deck here. I sided out versus Dino Rabbits, but it will hurt almost 90% of the decks that's played except for Dino Rabbits. It'll slow down windups. 2 dualities because you need the speed of the deck. Staple. Lance, because you gotta protect the Hanzos, and Lance also for your big birds, just in case you can't get over something, or if they have something over 27, like most decks usually do. Apex Avian can't negate inherent summons like BLS, so if they summon BLS and attack you, you have to save this up for a BLS, because he's not gonna, activate any effects.
Why not 3 Lance?
What?
Why not 3 Lance?
Just no space, otherwise I have a Super Lance at home in my heroes, but it's gonna make it inconsistent. With 43, like 42, I'm already feeling it, and I'm not drawing to the right card sometimes. So staples, 2 MST, because I couldn't fit in 3, I side MST and a Dust. You have the Warning Bros.
Solemn Brigade.
I call them the Warning Bros, bro. Double Compulse. The thing is, you can't run 3. It's kind of dead, and it goes even. No, it goes minus every single time you play. And you would want to have Divine Wind and have a Wind monster. You compulse your own. What I did against him earlier was I composed one of my winds, and then I just got my small bird out, and he couldn't do anything.
Yeah, game 2 he locked me down so hard.
The last 2 card is Fiendish, which you use with the Falcons, and it also protects nice protection for mostly every single card in your deck. And then the loop actually really just goes as long as you have. You don't want this in your hand. You never want this in your hand. So all you need is a monk and this and any kind of spell cards. So let's say a lance. And if he can't do anything to your monk, you just go monk, field card, discard, and then what you get out is Blast Fan. Blast Fan adds this to your hand. It's just 3 cards. Think about it. 3 cards adds to your hand, right? Use its effect to bounce. Use this effect to bounce, right, to your hand. Special summon. You make Ancient Fairy Dragon to pop this, get another one, because this already special summons another wind, which you want a second Blast Fan, right? You play a second. So you destroy, you gain 1,000 life points, you get that. Sync, Arcanite, and pop if you need. And attack, or you could use the Divine Winds effect again, because you summon Blast Fan, right? Get another Birdman, make rank 3 exceed, or it searches out for a Falcon at this point. You can make Thunderlord. You can make Thunderlord, which bounces, and play it again. So there's like a lot of options. You get to run 2 Arcanites. Arcanites also work with Summoner Monk. It's a spellcaster. Blast Fan's also a spellcaster. That's pretty much overall it. You synchro a lot. You do a lot. You don't sync. You do synchro a lot more than you exceed. But exceed, you have all your black ships. You have your
stable rank 4s and 3s.
Stable rank 4s and rank 3s. And most of them, you can even go Big Eye with this. I don't choose to run it because when I go rank 7, I already popped his shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty much the deck profile.
I got a question for you.
Yeah, what's up?
What made you decide to run this deck? Like, I mean, everybody has a reason.
He's better than you, Evan.
That's besides the point.
Prince of Cards sucks.
The reason
Everybody
why
else.
I really want to run this deck, first of all, I didn't feel like running Dino Rabbits or my standard, top deck. I always do something out of the ordinary. And I was looking at some guy at Pojo. He was trying to bring his Mist Valleys to regionals. He was running a different version of the deck. I'm like, hey, Mist Valleys aren't played that much. Maybe I could just get this top, have fun with it. I mean, that's the key point, have fun with it. And then when you have fun with it, you can, you can do a lot of stuff with this deck. I wouldn't say this is like 100% tier 1, because the problem with this deck is its inconsistency. I'm running 42, and that's basically it. It's a really fun deck. If you get to use it, you spam a lot. As long as they don't have Veilers and Maxis.
Or Veiler, or Rabbit.
No, Rabbits, I'm fine with Rabbit. I have enough resources to get you down.
Obviously, game 2 was terrible. I lost in 2. I had Rabbit Torgat. I lost in 2 turns. He was like, oh, Big Bird, oh, Little Bird, Field Spell, you lose. I'm like, oh.
But yeah, it goes lockdown really fast. You play 2 Arcanite, 1 Ancient Fairy Dragons, and just a lot of staples. And it's very flexible. It has good matchup against anything monster heavy. So very much right now the meta other than Dino Rabbits is very monster heavy, and you could pretty much do well with this deck in a tournament. But I won't guarantee top because it's easy to misplay because this is also a non-mandatory effect. A lot of these cards are non-mandatory, so and you gotta also watch out for the negations, which cards do you negate, whatnot. And this guy's a bitch.
Definitely.
Thanks for the deck profile.
No problem.
Good luck in the rest of the tournament.
Thanks.